Greetings to all. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Myself Sanchita Sanan, a first year law student from Golgothias University and currently working as a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So today my video is all about human trafficking. Human trafficking, a critical social problem. So let us see what human trafficking is all about. Human trafficking is becoming an increasingly prevalent issue around the world as most of the victims of these crimes are young girls, women, and children. These young girls and women are then forced into prostitution or are forced to work as slaves. The dilemma of human trafficking in India is affecting the very root of the Indian cultural values in addition to the legal issues towards violation of human rights. The most dangerous effect of human trafficking is that it attempts to control other bodies without their wishes or consent. The main target segments are women and children, especially from economically poor backgrounds, who are likely to fall into such traps. Human trafficking in India is one of the critical social problems for which, though many legal frameworks and policy interventions are introduced, still they are not enough. And a lot more is required to save the fundamental rights of these young girls, women, men, and children. So, there are three important factors which lead to human trafficking. So, these are first of all, is trading people. Now, trading people nowadays is very common, especially in a country like India. So, what is trading people? It means recruiting or transferring people from one country to another for various reasons like smuggling, criminal activities, begging, forced marriage, harvesting of organs. Second factor is without their consent. Now, without their consent is one of the most important factor of human trafficking. Victims of human trafficking are often under the influence of coercion, fraud, money, or deception. It means that the consent of these individuals is not free. The third factor is economic, social, and political benefit. Human trafficking is often committed with the sole purpose of earning some economic benefit like money, social benefit like connections, and political benefit like power. Therefore, human trafficking is a worldwide problem affecting a lot of people, and thus it has been recognized as an increasing threat. Since the beginning of COVID-19 pandemic, concerns about migrant workers' rights and conditions in India have also been very much in the news and have been escalated. COVID-19 has deepened existing inequalities which blur the lines between waged, coerced, or trafficked labor in India. There are also reports showing a rise in trafficking cases in India because of this current pandemic situation. In response to these concerns, the Women's Safety Division of the Indian Ministry of Home Affairs issued an advisory since July 2020 advising all states and union territories for the urgent establishment of new anti-human trafficking units and upgrade infrastructure in existing ones. AHTUs or anti-human trafficking units in India are special police units devoted to tackle human trafficking. Now, what are the constitutional and legislative provisions which are related to human trafficking in India? First is that trafficking in human beings or persons is prohibited under the Constitution of India, that is under Article 23. Clause 1. Second is the Immoral Traffic Prevention Act of 1956, that is ITPA. is the premier legislation for prevention of trafficking for commercial sexual exploitation. Third, Criminal Law Amendment Act of 2013 that has come into force, wherein Section 370 of the Indian Penal Code has been substituted with Section 370 and 370A of IPC, which provide for comprehensive measures to counter the menace of human trafficking, including trafficking of children for exploitation in any form, including physical exploitation or any form of sexual exploitation, slavery, servitude, or the forced removal of organs. Third, next is the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences, that is POCSO Act 2012, which has come into effect from 14th of November 2012, and it is a special law to protect children from sexual abuse and exploitation. It provides precise definitions for different forms of sexual abuse, including penetrative and non-penetrative sexual assault and sexual harassment. There are other specific legislations enacted relating to trafficking in women and children, Prohibition of Child Marriage Act of 2006, Bonded Labour System, Abolition Act of 1976, Child Labour Prohibition and Regulation Act 1986, Transplantation of Human Organs Act of 1994, apart from specific sections in the Indian Penal Code. State governments have also enacted specific legislations to deal with the issue. For example, the Punjab Prevention of Human Smuggling Act of 2012. Now, the government of India has also introduced some measures against human trafficking, which are as follows. First of all is Anti-Trafficking Cell. Now, in response to human trafficking issues, the Department of Home Affairs has issued Nodal Cell. Preventing trafficking in persons is primarily the responsibility of the state government. Since police is a state, registration and investigation help to control and to take a deeper look at the matter. The Indian government has taken various measures to combat the threat of human trafficking. A number of recommendations have been developed by the Provincial Department of Home Affairs and Union Territory from time to time to address the issue of human trafficking in a critical manner. Second is anti-human trafficking. As mentioned earlier, the MHA project is strengthening the rule of law in India in the fight against human trafficking through training and capacity building. Approved the proposal to establish 332 anti-human trafficking units in various districts across the country. So this department provides international financial assistance for the establishment of AHTUs. So far, 264 AHTUs have been established across the country. So, this trafficking in human beings is a hassle that violates the rights and dignity of the sufferers and thus require more stringent laws and policies that are specially concentrated on the protection of women and children. And not only women and children, but also men. In the process of combating human trafficking, governmental organizations, non-governmental organizations, civil society and international bodies all ought to play a vital position. Law cannot be the only tool to deal with such a critical social problem. The mindset and the attitude of people also need to be changed. So please consider this human trafficking as a serious issue. Thank you so much for devoting your time and listening to my video. If you really liked it, then please like, share and comment. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel Lex Click for more upcoming such videos. Thank you so much and have a nice day.